Let me take this very important point to Dr. Shamsi. Now, regarding as to what Dr. Kaleem Imam has said, that regarding police to be on the forefront, deployment of the best officers and also the rotation policy. Now, what's your understanding regarding that? Also building a broader consensus, bringing in, as already mentioned by Mr. Malik, also bringing in the local communities on board, building that particular consensus from there to have the ownership to these operations which are going to be conducted under the banner of Vision Azme-Istehkam.
Jawad, you would recall I used the phrase enemy within. It was in the same context actually, that enemy within is not recognizable, and you need such kind of big operations only when the routine operations are not working. If the routine administration, as Mr. Imam pointed out, is not working, only then you need the bigger guns on ground. Otherwise, using bigger guns or boots within your own territory is not a likable thing to do. But Pakistan Army has done it for the last 20 years, more than 20 years now, because the area does not have the enemy within only. There are external interventions, and whenever there are external interventions, generally the local administration fails to address them, fails to handle them, and that is why army is needed. As Malaksa pointed out, that Pakistan Army is battle hardened, it has the experience, it is the only army in the world that has defeated terrorism. Even the US could not, the NATO could not. Okay. However, the resurgence is alarming. That means we did not perhaps completed the job, and we left little bit for the local administration to plug in the gap. Therefore, another operation is needed. So this time I would suggest that Pakistan Army should finish the job until it is sure that the local administration will be able to sustain peace and stability in the operated upon areas. And for that political will, support of locals, and wholehearted intelligence based operations, so that the collateral damage is avoided, as we have been doing it. Pakistan Air Force has conducted numerous operations with the help of Pakistan Army, obviously in collaboration with, because in the operation room they both sit together, and our unmanned aerial vehicles also and manned combat aircraft also, they conduct operations, pinpoint accuracy.
So if the work is sustainably done on this particular front, so what sort of effect do you think the external interventions might have after there is a complete plugging of the loopholes there?
They will have to come down to our terms then, because whenever you are negotiating with an outside agency, if you are on the weaker ground, they will not agree to you. Once you have wiped off the enemy within, you will be able to deal with enemy without in a more effective manner. And that is what I think, that is the language the Taliban understand. Let it be very clear, because they are still not a recognized government. So if we want to call them as non-state actors running a state, then you need to have the same kind of negotiating level, where you have countered the enemy within, and now with a bold face you are talking to the adversarial state or the ruling Afghan Taliban that you have not fulfilled Doha agreement. Here is the dossier that says that you have not fulfilled your commitments, your promises made to the US and to the international community, and that is why we are not recognizing you, and you need to stop the people operating from your sleeper cells inside your territory, otherwise we will be forced to conduct our own operations across the border also.